It is often said that remarkable art arises from collaboration, and Luther is a perfect example of this concept. When Kendrick Lamar announced a track featuring SZA, fans were excited, expecting something exceptional due to their past performances together and success on streaming platforms. However, no one could have predicted how SZA's voice and presence would transform Luther from a solid album track into one of the biggest radio hits of 2025, eventually tying and surpassing Kendrick's own Not Like Us for the longest-running #1 on the rap airplay chart. To understand how SZA enhanced Luther, we must go back to the beginning, when Kendrick first played the track for her in the studio. It was late 2024, shortly after he wrapped up the final leg of his tour with SZA. The atmosphere was inspiring, almost spiritual. Kendrick's beat, featuring minimalist drums and deep bass, set the perfect stage for a story about faith, betrayal, and redemption. However, something was missing, a counterbalance to Kendrick's intense introspection. That's when SZA stepped in. Welcome to Celebrity Cookies, where the tea is always hot and the stories come with sprinkles of surprise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment with your take on the story. She listened to the track twice before giving her feedback. Then she asked for two things: the freedom to create her own melody and permission to modify some of the chorus lyrics to capture the feeling of sunlight breaking through a storm cloud. Kendrick agreed. This moment of trust, one artist allowing another complete creative freedom, laid the groundwork for what Luther would ultimately become. During the following writing sessions, SZA arrived with notebooks filled with unfinished ideas. She opened up about her personal struggles, romantic betrayals, self-doubt, and the difficulty of trusting again after heartbreak. These honest revelations added emotional depth to Luther. While Kendrick's verses presented stark, almost clinical truths, lines about fighting for one's soul and resisting outside pressures, SZA's chorus conveyed vulnerability. She expressed yearning and the search for a version of oneself to believe in. Her vocal runs combined jazz-inflected melisma with sharp, rhythmic phrases that mirrored Kendrick's own style. The result was a musical landscape where two storytellers harmonized. Kendrick's verses navigated through darkness, while SZA's choruses shone a light on hope. Radio programmers quickly recognized this balance. "It's the yin-yang," commented a DJ from a national hip-hop station. "You get Kendrick's weight and SZA's uplift. It just works." The impact of the song went beyond its production. Upon the release of the music video, SZA's presence was notably striking. Shot in black and white, it alternated between Kendrick walking through a dimly lit hallway and SZA standing in a shaft of sunlight inside an abandoned church. Wearing a simple white dress with her hair down and tears shimmering in her eyes, she created a stark contrast with Kendrick, whose face was partly shrouded in shadow. This contrast emphasized her vulnerability against a subdued intensity. By the time the chorus hit, featuring SZA's resonant vocals and Kendrick's soft Luther, viewers were completely entranced. This visual contrast translated into considerable radio success. Listeners called in and tweeted about how SZA's harmonies gave the song wings and how her pre-chorus melodies struck right at the heart. On streaming platforms, Luther was recognized as the top collaborative track of the year, appearing on playlists for both hip-hop and R&B. This widespread appeal was crucial. While Not Like Us thrived on rap stations, Luther also performed well on pop, adult R&B, and rhythmic charts. Live performances further established SZA's importance. During the Grand National Tour, Luther quickly became the emotional highlight of the night. Kendrick would start the first verse alone, bathed in blue and purple stage lights. Then SZA would enter from the side, gracefully moving through the audience in a flowing gown, as her chorus lifted the crowd into a euphoric state. Once she reached the stage, Kendrick would step back, allowing her to take the spotlight. The cameras captured her every movement and stunning note, thrilling fans. Many considered it the highlight of the entire concert. A pivotal moment occurred in Lisbon. That night, after the audience started chanting in Portuguese, SZA leaned in and asked, "What are they saying?" When a fan replied, "This shit is so good," she related to Kendrick and then performed the next chorus with renewed vigor. This spontaneous interaction between the crowd, SZA, and Kendrick became the most replayed moment of the tour. It showed that SZA was not just enhancing a song, she was connecting with the audience's genuine emotions. SZA played a key role in shaping the promotional strategy for Luther. Unlike standard single releases, there wasn't a barrage of interviews leading up to it. Instead, SZA and Kendrick shared a series of candid behind-the-scenes videos showing them enjoying each other's company in the studio, practicing dance moves, and cooking together. These genuine interactions showcased their friendship, which resonated with fans who felt more connected to the process and invested not only in SZA's music but also in her joy in collaboration with Kendrick. Collaborations are crucial. While SZA's audience overlaps with Kendrick's, she also reaches listeners and demographics where he has less presence, such as global R&B fans, pop listeners, and international markets where her solo work has thrived. Upon the release of Luther, these fans didn't just give it a quick listen, they streamed it repeatedly. In countries like Brazil, Nigeria, and South Korea, radio stations credited SZA in the song, leading to increased airplay. This international backing was vital for the song's continued success on rap airplay in the US, where crossover hits often enjoy longer playtime. SZA's impact was also evident at award shows. During a mid-year televised special celebrating the year's top singles, Kendrick performed Luther solo, only for SZA to make a surprise appearance on stage midway through. The audience's response was electric. She embraced Kendrick before delivering her verse, and this moment was highlighted in reels for weeks. Radio programmers told Billboard that they quickly boosted the song's rotation following that televised performance. Industry analysts pointed out another significant factor. SZA's lyrical contributions made Luther more radio-friendly for suburban and adult contemporary audiences. While Kendrick's verses could be intricate and laden with references, SZA's hook conveyed the song's emotional core in a straightforward, catchy way. Programmers valued the simplicity, with one seasoned programming director noting, "It's the perfect elevator ride. You get the substance, then you latch onto SZA's hook. You don't even realize you've been in the car for 3 runs on your way to work." The success of Luther can be attributed to its streaming performance. On YouTube Music, it emerged as one of the most frequently added songs to user-generated mood playlists, tagged with phrases like morning motivation, late night reflections, and rainy day soul. On Spotify, it stood out on both rap and mellow R&B playlists. Additionally, on Apple Music, it held a spot in the Chill Vibes section on the front page for 7 weeks straight, an unprecedented achievement for any track labeled as a rap single. However, beyond the statistics, SZA's influence on Luther is rooted in a more intangible aspect, its emotional resonance. Fans expressed on forums how the song assisted them in dealing with breakups, conflicts with teachers, and financial struggles. They referred to it as therapy music, a 6-minute hug, and the song I turn to on days I feel invisible. Many comments emphasized SZA's chorus as the moment that allowed them to feel a sense of relief. This encapsulates the essence of true elevation. SZA didn't merely provide vocals, she amplified the song's healing potential. As Luther nears its 18th week at number 1, with the possibility of breaking the record for a 43-week total run, Kendrick Lamar and SZA showcased the strength of collaboration. 2 leading artists merging their talents, his narrative clarity and cultural impact combined with her melodic grace and emotional sincerity. Their partnership on Luther has set new benchmarks for radio hits in 2025, illustrating that genuine authenticity, cross-genre appeal, and heartfelt artistry still thrive, without gimmicks or shortcuts, just 2 voices telling a story that needed to be shared. By doing this, SZA didn't just lend her voice to a Kendrick Lamar track. She contributed to the creation of one of the most enduring radio anthems of our time, one that continues to resonate. This is what we call elevation and synergy. That's why Luther isn't merely on par with Kendrick's biggest hit, it's actually exceeding it, one soulful chorus at a time. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on the story.